What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by Autobahn. My name is Max, and today we are taking a look at a new special edition of the Alpine A110. This is the A110S Enstone edition, which is a tribute to sort of both factories of Alpine. One in France, in Dieppe, where these cars are built, and then another one in Enstone in the UK, where the F1 cars are built. So this car was introduced at the Silverstone Grand Prix in 2023, and only 300 of these will be made, and it is a very nice car. The A110S in general, we absolutely love them. We feel like they are a bit slept on. They are actually super fun to drive, and very capable daily drivers as well. So a pretty underrated car if you ask me. But today we're going to show you around it, show you all the Enstone specific details, and then we'll take it for a little drive towards the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast. Firstly, of course, the spec, the color. This is specific to the Enstone edition. This is Mercury Silver matte, also available in Thunder Grey matte, so a little bit of a darker tint. This is a very nice color for this car. I think it matches beautifully with all the carbon fiber accents, like the front splitter you get from the aero package on the Enstone edition. You also get these black 18-inch GT wheels with around that Michelin Pilot Sport 4 tires. These are 215s at the front, so a nice narrow tire. You don't need that much rubber if you are this light. So this is like 1100 something kilos, which is kind of crazy. You don't need big brakes either, because you don't have that much weight to slow down. It is, everything becomes better when you shed weight. It really is. When you drive this car, you feel like, okay, this is what like a pure driving experience is about. There are a lot of cars that try to emulate this feeling, but when you feel the actual real deal, it is so much fun. So you also get these silver brake calipers on the Enstone edition, which is nice. Little Alpine logo there on the fuel filler cap. An optional Union Jack flag on the roof. The roof is always matte black, but then you can add this decal of the Union Jack, which is a nice touch to celebrate the Enstone factory, of course. So at the rear, what do we have here size wise? These are 245s. Yeah, 245s. You still have a 40 wall on that tire as well, which is nice. Suspension absolutely perfect as well. Again, you don't have that much weight, so the suspension can be set up quite soft. It's a very supple suspension. The car moves around a little bit, but you can play with it. It is just fantastic, honestly. We've got a carbon wing here as well for the aero package. Little sport exhaust as well, which pops a lot actually. Big pops from this exhaust, especially when it's hot. It's kind of repetitive, but you'll hear it in a sec. You've got a little intake here as well, which you really hear when you drive it. A110S there as well. Beautiful doors with nice stitching here in this like microfiber fabric. Nice leather door handles, and well, you have a little frunk. I'll show you guys. So this is not that deep. That's kind of an issue. It's like a backpack plus a few jackets, stuff like that. You can take that with you. But you also have a pretty decent boot at the rear, which is actually quite practical. We've used that a lot in the past, but I've not been able to open it so far. I don't know why it's not working. You also have a release here, but it's not opening, so I have to check that with Alpine. Also get these carbon fiber flags on the exterior. You get them here on the doors as well. Nice little touch with this diamond stitch microfiber leather door handles, A110S there, and you get these gorgeous sabled seats. Look at those. That is a proper bucket seat with Enstone edition on there as well. These are very good. Seating position is really good, nice and low, and as you can see, my freakishly tall body also fits in here. That's because the Alpine CEO is also a tall guy, and he wanted to be able to sit in his own cars, so that's kind of lucky for me. So yeah, interior very nice. It's quite spacious for such a small car. I think they did a really good job on that. You've got some storage here as well, down here below the center stack. You get this carbon fiber, which apparently has been produced in the Alpine F1 factory. You get this Alpine F1 team badge there, and you get a little plaque. I hope you guys can see that. Alpine A110S Enstone edition number 271 of 300, produced in Dieppe. So a very, very nice car. I like it. I think it's a cool little car. We've got the engine in the middle, of course, so it's the 2-liter turbocharged engine, 4-cylinder with 300 horsepower. And because it only weighs 1109 kilos, that means 0 to 100 4.2. I did 4.1, so that's pretty decent. And top speed 275, which I think you need a lot of space to do that. I got 270 on the speedo, and that was a pretty big gap. Like I was full throttle for a long time. So yeah, 275 maybe if you have like a insane oval or straight. So let's start her up. We've got the pedals mounted to the steering column. Lovely microfiber steering wheel with a silver 12 o'clock marker there. You have the infotainment, which is, I don't know, it's okay. This car's 5 years old, so I think when it came out this was already a little bit dated. But the great thing is you just have CarPlay. So, oh, there's the metrics thing. I was looking for that earlier. Okay, so you've got some data here, which is cool. I always like that. And this actually looks pretty good. I think this looks better than most of the system. But my point was, you also have CarPlay, so you can just go there and you have all your apps here, which I think is what most people use anyway, right? So I think the Alpine system doesn't need to be fantastic because most people use CarPlay. So yeah, let's go for that one. Yeah, I think that covers everything that you get on an Enstone edition. 300 were made, so it's pretty rare, I think, and it's just a lovely, lovely car. Let's go to track mode. ESC off. That means that we're in manual mode as well for the 7-speed dual clutch. And let's have a little go. You get the same, like it's basically an A110S. It's just, you know, it's a limited car with a few special options and a few nice touches, but most of it is just A110S with the optional aero pack. Very nice, but I quite like the drivetrain in general. I like the shifts of the gearbox. It sometimes shifts like really hard, which is great. You really feel that something's happening. The engine, it's not the most charismatic power plant ever. Oh, poor bunny. It's not the most charismatic power plant, but it's quite torquey, and because you have such a light car, that means that it kind of always just goes, and it makes the car feel even lighter than it already is. I mean, it's just, it doesn't really matter. There we go. It doesn't matter in which gear you are, because it's so torquey, you always go, which is kind of a nice feeling. It also doesn't feel like it hates to rev out, so yeah, it's quite a smart thing to put in this car. Actually, I was hoping that they would have done a bit, you know, something a bit cooler, but it's really quite a good drivetrain for this car. Now, Alpine has been working hard to sort of carve out their own space, but they're also introducing the new A290, which is an electric hot hatch, basically based on the Renault 5, the new electric Renault 5. So we actually have some B-roll of that car. We were supposed to go to the reveal in Paris, but something came up. So yeah, we were really curious about that car because we loved the way they did that concept car, the A290 beta, I don't know. Yeah, I think that's it. We loved that concept car. I love the retro racy look of that thing. So I hope, I haven't seen it yet because, you know, it's today. So I hope that they've been able to capture the essence of that concept car in the production version. But you guys are looking at it right now, so nice. So the bangs, they are pretty loud, but as I said, kind of repetitive. That's pretty loud. But the most beautiful thing is, I mean, I haven't even said anything about this on that B road, but the way this car feels, just it doesn't matter what kind of road you're driving. Any road you're on, it just feels so good. Everything is so beautifully weighted. Oh my God, are you going onto the highway like this? That's 35. Onto an unlimited Autobahn. That is not very safe. Okay, so all the controls are so beautifully weighted. It's just such a rewarding driving experience. It doesn't even matter where you're driving, even if you're driving in the city. Every corner, every intersection just becomes enjoyable, which is very, very rare in a car nowadays. So, of course, we also measured 100 to 200. We did 10.5 seconds. That's 2:59 on the speedo there. We did 10.5 seconds, and that means that it's actually a little bit quicker than the A110S we tested before this. Quite a bit actually, 0.3 of a second. But also at this speed, it's, you know, you have that engine behind you, so it's pretty loud, but it's very comfy. The suspension is super comfy. Quick downshifts as well. GTI battle. So lovely. So the response to the pedal also is not bad. It sort of depends on the gear you're in and the revs, of course, but most of the time it's really quick. There we go. I am like really curious to find out if you would actually be able to get that 275. Even on the speedo it would be cool, but I don't think that we're going to be able to do that today. But up until like 250 it pulls really well. That's also a benefit of that low weight, that you have a 4-cylinder, but it doesn't feel like it struggles so much at high speed, because, you know, it doesn't have to carry that much weight. See, you need a lot of space. It's not even going fast anymore. Oh, the petrol is also almost gone. What a lovely car. I've really enjoyed myself with this thing. It's a proper driver's car, this, and you don't see them that often, and a driver's car in particular. I mean, you don't see that many cars anymore that are so aimed at giving you the best driving experience possible, and there's only one way to do that, and that is, you know, lightweight. That is the best way to deliver. So if you compare this to a Porsche 718 Cayman, also 4-cylinder, that car feels more premium, more Porsche, of course. It feels glorious, but it doesn't have the like the playful lightness of this car. It's more serious. This feels like you can throw it around, have a little fun with it. This feels like, you know, you can throw it around a little bit, have fun with it. And the Porsche does feel very serious. So yeah, don't sleep on the Alpine A110S. And this Enstone edition in this Mercury silver, very, very nice. So if you're looking for like a daily sports car, I mean, you can easily daily this. It's super comfortable. Check out Alpines, they are fun and cool. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. We are nearing the border, so fun is over. You can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. Make sure you check that, because YouTube also unsubscribes people sometimes. You can check out this video on the right or this playlist on the left. See you at the next one. Bye.